Hi guys, welcome back to episode of DB Cars, and in today's episode I'll be showing you guys TribeCar Nissan Almera. So let's dive straight to this video right now. Alright then, so here is guys the Nissan Almera from, or whatever you call it, from TribeCar itself. So basically this is the vehicle itself. I'll be running through with you guys the damages for this vehicle, as well as the trunk space, and last but not least the interior itself. So starting off with the damages for this vehicle itself. Unfortunately, the only damage that I noticed that this vehicle has suffered is on its driver's side, rear driver's side. So basically I'll be showing you guys the damages right now. So this is the only area of damage which I can see which this vehicle unfortunately suffered. So basically there's a slight indentation in the bodywork itself, plus also there seems to be a scratch in the paint. From the look of feeling it looks very deep itself, so probably this whole area got to be resprayed if they were to respray the vehicle itself. So yeah, that's the unfortunate downside to that damage itself. The wheels also is, as usual, is quite dirty itself, so that's a downside to it, you can call it. But moving along to the other areas of the vehicle itself, there isn't much other obvious damage which I can notice for this vehicle, which is a good thing. Moving to the front itself, you got the front of the vehicle, which is this is how it looks like. So yeah, same. Fortunately, there's no windscreen chip on it, which is a good thing for this vehicle itself. So front itself, nothing much, but as usual, you got the iconic Nissan V, which is on either side, which slopes down, which you can see on their Sylphy, X-Trail, and the Tadashi itself. So yeah, but moving on to the side, the passenger side, no obvious damage, which from what I can observe. And also, if I'm wondering where the fuel tank is basically on the left hand side of the vehicle itself. So I think I'll show you guys later on. There's a fuel door which you technically could pull it to open up. If not, most of the time is either you press on it, or there's a lever which on the driver's side you can pull to unlatch it itself. So yeah, but other than that, that is basically it for the vehicle itself. Right now, let me just show you guys the trunk space for the vehicle itself. So trunk space for the vehicle looks like there's no reversing camera on it. So no, I think no, sorry, I'm not too sure what this is, but usually the old-fashioned way would be to use the key. So this is how the key looks like. So it's very old traditional key, which you just slot it to the ignition area and just twist it to start it up. So yeah, but for the trunk space wise, if you want to access it, just need to press hold on this. It should open up. Sorry, it's not opening. Okay, it's a bit weird. Looks like there's some issue with the key fob itself. Usually the new key, usually you will just have to pull on usually just replace the battery, and maybe it will be able to unlatch it, but seems like this seems to be an issue. Looks like this is okay. So yeah, that is basically for the trunk. So that is the alternate way to open up the trunk space, the trunk area, if the key is not working. So in this case, the key is not working, so you have to use it, you have to pull the lever itself. So yeah, once you pull the lever, this is how much area of trunk space you get for the vehicle itself. So quite big, I would say. I'll probably put on screen right now how much trunk space this vehicle has itself. So that is how much this car has. One downside, as you guys can see, is there's no access to the, if let's say I want to fold down the rear seat for more space. Unfortunately, this vehicle doesn't has the option to do so itself. So what you put inside here is what you can put. So unfortunately, you can't really have more space if you want to itself. So that's the downside. But other than that, that is basically it for the trunk space. So close it up, just very simple. Just need to close the trunk, just slam it down, just grab hold on any area of the car and just slam it real hard, and you'll just close it itself. So yeah, let me just show you guys the fuel door itself, which I promised you guys. So basically the fuel door is just right beneath the steering column, just right down below here. So it's on the right hand side. Just need to pull on that and access the fuel door, and on the left is the engine compartment itself. So yeah, and that's that. Now let's move on to the rear of the car itself. So stepping into the rear of the car itself, this is what basically greeted itself, unfortunately. not the best condition wise, but this is how it looks like itself. So yeah, what do you get in the rear itself? Well, you get one center lighting which can turn on when the doors are open. If not, you can just turn off or turn on manually itself. So yeah, and that you also do get two cup holders right in the center. So if you want, you could technically be sharing with the driver, but the driver looks like the driver also has another cup holder right at the front. So that's nothing. So in total, actually this car actually has 4 cup holders in the center. If not, you could, yeah, no, sorry, you only got 4 cup holders in the center itself. Alternatively, there's other storage area at the front door cards for the front driver and passenger itself. Sorry, for the front passenger and the driver itself. So yeah, but in the rear you do get some decent sized storage pocket if you want to put your stuff, and you got an armrest which you could put down if you want to rest your arm on. If not, there's 2 more cup holders which bring up to 6 cup holders in this vehicle itself. So yeah, but other than that, you do just get window switcher to wind down the windows, and your door release handle to get out of the car itself. So yeah, there isn't really much to talk about it in the rear of the vehicle itself, but this is just based off the last driver's adjustment. So got tons of legroom space, which I would say is almost about 2 feet of legroom space in this vehicle, which is quite good. Headroom is also not that bad either, but it's about a fist or about 4 fingers of headroom space wise for the vehicle itself. So yeah, moving on to the center of the seat. One good thing about the center of the seat is at least the transmission time is not that high for most of these Japanese cars, so I'm able to just, this car actually, if I'm not wrong, it should be able to carry 5 full grown size adult without any issue itself. So yeah, so this is how it looks like to be sitting in the center itself. So basically you got about the same, I would say about the same headroom as the sitting arrangement on the left or right hand side of the vehicle itself. So same thing, about 4 fingers of headroom space wise. Legroom space wise is about going based off the previous driver and front passenger adjustment, I would say about 4 fingers on the left and about a fist on the right itself. So yeah, other than that, that's basically it for the rear itself. There isn't really much to show you guys other than last knowledge is just got some grab whole grab thing here if you want to grab hold the vehicle itself. So yeah, that's basically it, I would say, for the vehicle itself. Let me just jump out the car right now and I'll show you guys the front of the vehicle itself. But if anyone wondering how the dashboard look like for the vehicle, this is how it looks like. Quite simple and basic, I would say itself. So yeah, let me just jump out and I'll show you guys the front of the car right now. Alright then, now let's jump into the front of the vehicle itself. So stepping right into the front of the vehicle itself, this is basically what you're greeted with. So not a bad, I would say the overall dashboard layout is quite basic itself. So just got a basic AC controls right here, your radio and your AC vents at the top itself, and right down below just cup holders and some other basic necessaries itself. So yeah, not very much. But moving on to storage space wise for this vehicle itself, well, you're basically greeted with one right here itself. There's also an aux port right here if you want to plug in your headphone jack or whatever auxiliary port, as well as a USB type A port itself. So yeah, you also got another storage space right here, right down below this weird storage space. Next up, you got cup holders right here if you want to put your stuff. If not, you can just put it right here itself. As well, you also got secret socket, some thingy right here to plug it in, I don't know. But yeah, beside is just your typical handbrake and your gear selector itself. So yeah, that's basically it for the center console itself. Basically it's very, in my opinion, I think overall this car is very simple and basic itself. That's the word I'm going to repeat over and over in time. Basics. Really, there's nothing much you could expect from this vehicle itself. So yeah, plus kind of explain why this vehicle falls under TribeCar economies category itself. So yeah, but let's move on to the AC vents. So basically right here you got your climate control function for the vehicle itself. Basically at the top is your fan speed control, your temperature control, your adjustment on how you want the air to be blowing at you, and right down below you got a slider right here for the recirculate air function for the vehicle, as well as if not the recirculating function for the vehicle itself. So it's either direct airflow into the vehicle, or you want it to be recirculating in the cabin itself. So yeah. Moving on top, just the rear defroster right here, and your AC button to turn on the AC right here itself. So yeah. Moving on top, we got infotainment right here. So basically the infotainment is also simply very simple and easy to use. You got your volume control button right here, and as well as the turn on or turn off the audio radio itself. And basically right down below you got various shortcut keys for the various safe radio station or whatever. Got your back button, shortcut keys right here, the frequency tuner right here, and I think this is for the OK button basically. Last but not least, got a CD thing right here if you want to insert any CD inside, and that's basically it itself. So yeah, this is basically in my opinion, there's no introduction needed for this. If you really don't know how to use it, then I really have no words for you itself. So yeah. Moving on top, you got your headlight button right here, which is very simple and easy to reach within the driver itself, and that's basically it itself. So yeah. Alright, let's move on to the wheel itself right now. So the wheel itself, this is how it looks like. Slightly different from what I know I have back. I think, I don't know whether it is different from the Malaysian market, but this is not the wheel I remember having it owned back in Malaysia itself. But yeah, that's another topic for another day. Okay, let me just show you the stock on the left hand side. So basically the stocks on the left hand side, you got your wipers control switch. So basically right here to adjust the frequency. This is the main wiper, so basically this is to can just go all the way down for controls. This various controls for the wipers itself. So yeah, one swipe just up, just like that. Towards the windscreen, just need to pull back and just watch the windscreen itself, and that's basically it for the wipers controls itself. On the other side, you got your light control switch, as well as your high beam, as well as your indicators itself. So high beam, just need to push forward to activate it, pull back to deactivate it, pull back to activate to flash your high beam itself. So yeah, and this knob right here to adjust the lights control switch for the headlights itself, the main headlights. So indicator just up or down itself. So yeah, that's it. And yeah, that's basically it for the wheel itself. I mean the stock itself. The horn is just right in center, which is very easy to use itself. So yeah. Alright, last but not least, let's move on to the mirror adjusting. So to adjust the mirrors on left or right hand side, you just need to switch this knob right here to the right, and you'll be adjusting the right all the way to the other side for the left, and in center for none of the mirrors itself. If you want to, let's say you're on the right and you want to adjust the right mirrors, you just need to press on the D-pad itself. So yeah, and folding the mirrors, just need to press. No, there's no function for the folding mirrors itself, but this is just a blank button itself. So yeah. Alright, last but not least, you got some controls right here to adjust the windows. So for folding windows on all four sides. It prevents people from rolling down the windows, and you got a lock function right here itself, and your door release handle to get out the car. Alternatively, the front also do have some storage space for the driver and front passenger if you want to put your stuff in itself. So yeah, that's basically it. And you got an air vent right here itself, but unfortunately this looks to be spoiled already itself. So yep. Alright, last but not least, you got more sun visor right here for the front. Unfortunately for the sun visor itself, for both sides, no, sorry, for the driver's side you don't get a mirror, but for the passenger they do get a mirror, which is quite cool itself. And same thing, they can swivel to the left or the right hand side depending on which side you're sitting on itself. So yeah, also for the driver's side, there's also this visor right here which you can slot your card in if you want to put stuff itself. So yeah, and also for the front you get a very nice light switch which turn on when the doors are open. If not, they could also be turned off or turned on manually itself. So yeah, and that is basically it for all the controls. last but not least, you got these two controls right here, which can be used to adjust the screen and the gauge brightness itself. So basically this button right here is to adjust whatever they're showing right here. This is for the gauge brightness on either side itself. So yeah, alright, before I end off my video itself, let me just show you guys let me go back on the topic regarding the key itself, which is this key right here itself. So unfortunately it looks like the locking and unlocking function is not working for it. Let me try the trunk. No, yeah, it's not working. So yeah, I think unfortunately you have to do it the old-fashioned way, which is to lock the doors to access the trunk. Basically just leave this lever right down below here, and to lock the car doors is basically the old-fashioned method of just sliding the key into this key fob thing right here and just twisting it on either side to close and open itself. So yeah, that's the downside for this vehicle itself. But let me just show you guys how to adjust the steering wheel as well as the seat. So to adjust the steering wheel, there's this lever right down below here. Just need to pull on that, and you should be able to adjust the steering wheel. So, but that like quite hard itself. So yeah, but basically this is the lever to adjust the steering wheel itself. And last but not least, to adjust the seat is this lever right down below here to adjust how far or how back. The height is right here itself, and the angle of the seat is just right there itself. So yeah, that's basically it for the adjustment of the steering wheel as well as the seat itself. Let me just crank the car up so I guys that screen right there itself as well as the infotainment itself. So yeah, so basically just key fob into the ignition right here. Accessory power is I had to turn off. So yeah, basically this is how it looks like. To adjust the screen right there is just this, which I mentioned a few seconds ago. Just click on it to cycle through the various functions. So you got your odometer, your trip A and trip B, the mileage you're getting at the moment, and the overall average MPG, as well as the range to empty itself. So yeah, and you got your clock right there by so off itself. So yeah, other than that, that is basically it for the car. The radio is just that, it's nothing much, but you can just click on radio to adjust your radio station like that, and just adjust it for itself. So yeah, that's basically that itself. But other than that, that's basically it for this video itself. If you guys enjoy the video itself, do click the subscribe button down right below to see more videos like this, or click subscribe and please see my 2 other videos. And with that, I'll see you guys in my next video.